welcome to My 7 Bitcoins. This is a really cool new program that just came out, man, 5 days ago now. So I've been testing this thing since it launched, and now I'm going to release some of the information, what I found, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm going to give it to you guys right now in this real quick description review, and I'll show you my back office too. So we're going to talk about the type of matrix. It's a little different. It's a cycle matrix or a follow me matrix. These came out, man, like the early 90s. So everything else is coming back. I guess the 90s are coming back too in a matrix form. So now we have the pros and the cons. I'm going to talk about personal opinion pros and cons. I'm going to show you my back office, exactly what has happened over the last 5 days for me. I'm going to show you how you get paid. A cool feature in the back office, probably one of the coolest features I've found in these programs, is the e-pins, and then the withdrawals, how that all happens, and we'll show you all of that. So let's start with the matrix, what it is. It's this first one. It's a two-part matrix actually. So they actually have two separate matrices in the My 7 Bitcoins. They have a feeder matrix, which is a 0.21 Bitcoin buy-in, and the payout is 0.5. But it's a 2x2 matrix, 6 people total. Now, if you've ever worked with a matrix before, sometimes you've probably done something where it's like a forced matrix, or a 2x3, 2x5, something like that. Well, this is just a 2x2, so 6 people, and you get paid. Now, once you fill those 6 people, you cycle out, it's called a cycle, and you go to a new matrix. So whoever your sponsor was, you basically, they cycle out before you possibly, and then you go find them and attach to their next available spot in their new matrix. And I'm going to show you that exactly how it looks in my back office. So the basic part of this, there's no levels, there's no monthly fees, there's no anything like that. So once you buy in, you have all the time you need for your team to build their 6 people, and that's when you get paid your 0.5. So one cycle and you double your money, just over double your money. Now, this is a feeder program, like I said. Now the one Bitcoin deal we'll show you next. But the starter one pays out 0.5 Bitcoin, which is roughly $1,200, $1,220 in today's market. So let's go over to the one Bitcoin. Still a cycle matrix. Nothing changes. It just becomes a 2x3. So obviously they're hoping you get your return on your investment really fast, cycle a couple times in maybe a day or two, if that's how big your network is. And then you go to the one Bitcoin deal. So it's a one Bitcoin buy-in. But now it's a 2x3, so 14 people. And why 14 people? Because that's what they picked. And ultimately, let's show you what that one would be. Now, get fancy with the artwork here. It is a 7 Bitcoin payout. 7 Bitcoins. So 14 people would pay you 7 Bitcoins. Then you cycle out again. And like I said, I'll show you guys that in my actual matrix in the back office. Right now, today's value is right around, it was just under 17,000. I rounded up. $17,000 roughly for 7 Bitcoins at current value as it sits today, June 1st. Moving on. So some of the pros and the cons personally. So pros right off the bat, no monthly fees. So now you don't have to worry about upgrading to levels. You don't have to worry about the people below you not paying on time and then you paying in and then end up just imploding from the bottom up. You don't have to worry about that. You have all the time you need to build your team. You pay your 0.21, you get your 6 or your 14, depending on what matrix you're playing with, and you build at your own pace. So that's nice. It's a follow me cycle matrix, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more once you see the back office, because it'll make more sense if you can actually see it. It's a starter matrix for a bigger one Bitcoin deal. So how long would it actually take you if the starter matrix is 1,200 and the one Bitcoin deal is 17,000? How long would it actually take you to make that amount of money on your own a month? So this isn't like a get rich quick thing. It's not a scheme to try and put a bunch of money into this to win big. If you want to build your team and you want to build a network of people, educate your people, and have the time to do it, this is kind of the matrix for that, because you don't have those monthly renewals and donations or anything having to come up every 30 days. So it's kind of a good starter. In this one, you still get spillover. One of the cool things that I've kind of learned as well is with this style of matrix, have you ever wanted to be right next to the leader, like their level one, the best person in the whole organization, be their level 1? And I know we've all been like, hey, that is exactly where I want to be, right? So this matrix, with it cycling the way it does, the leader could actually end up under you. So we're going to talk about that. So the cycle matrix is really cool. So some of the cons: 6 people to get paid. So you don't get paid until you get your 6 people, but remember there's still spillover. So hopefully that helps, and it will. I'll show you on my back office how much spillover we got. It's a new company. Like I said, this came out 5 days ago now, so it's new. It's kind of unknown, and it is where we sit. That's why we test it always first before we launch it out to anybody else. The funds are paid out daily. So as you cycle through, and you can cycle as many times as you want a day. So this isn't a 1 month deal. So if you cycled 5 or 6 times in a day, you would make 0.5 Bitcoin every time you cycled out. So make sure you understand that. The funds are paid out to your back office directly. As soon as you cycle out, you get your 0.5 Bitcoin or your 7 Bitcoin. It goes right to your back office. Now, if you want to withdraw those funds, that's where it takes till the end of the day, is what I've noticed. I tested it out 2 days ago or a day ago, and it took about 30 minutes for me to receive my funds in my blockchain account. One of my other guys tested it yesterday morning, and it took till the end of the day. So they use a Coinbase merchant processor. So it's paid out, the merchant pays out at a certain time of the day. So basically is what we found out. So let's get into my back office. Enough talking about it. Let's just show you guys what it looks like, what's all about, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll come back. So let me show you my back office. Okay guys, here's the back office view of my 7 starter. I'm just gonna show you this one first. I wanna show you a few things just so you know that the registration date for myself was May 26th. So over the holiday weekend, we kind of started this one. And right now it is June 1st. So here's kind of the back office view, the dashboard. It shows you exactly how much I've actually brought in, which was 1 cycle, so 0.5 Bitcoin. I tested a withdrawal from the processor, from the back office, and then what's left in my wallet. And I'll show you all that stuff. But let's, we talked about the pros and cons, but let's get into how the cycle looks. So I'm just gonna go to my network and the cycle level. So it is a follow me matrix, so it works off of direct referrals and spillover. So ultimately you can see exactly who the direct referrals were on this one, or these 3 right here. And what's cool is, like I said, it's a 2x2. So you guys fill this up, 6 people, you get 0.5 Bitcoin. Now I want to show you how this works. As soon as I cycled out, I started a second cycle and went down here. Okay, I brought in 1 more person, and then another one was spillover from above me, so that filled my level 1. And then Ultra VIP Club right here, he cycled out, and he goes to the next available spot in my matrix, in my second matrix, wherever I'm at. And that is the beauty of the follow me portion of the cycle matrix. So anytime your direct referral cycles out, they always fill the void in your next cycle. So if I didn't fill any of these 3 spots, and he cycled again, he would actually come right under here, right next to me. So that's the beauty of it. So it's constantly filling in the spots in your matrix. So if you're having a bad week, or if it's a little slower build for you through a couple days, ultimately your team helps you out. So that's the really cool part about this style of matrix. So I hope that makes sense. And then once again, of course, you can look at, let's just see this one here. You can click on any one of these and you can see how close they are to cycling as well. So now this is actually Ultra VIP Club's one of his direct referrals. So when they cycle out, they'll actually go under him in this matrix here. Let me see if he has anybody yet. So they would fall under here. So that's the beauty of cycle matrix. That just kind of follows into place. All your direct referrals, they really mean something to you because they actually fill in the voids for you. So you really want good people around you helping you support your matrix. So we'll go back to the top. So it's really easy. You get your 2x2, 6 people, you get 0.5 Bitcoin. I can show you my wallet back here. I'll kind of show you some things. Like I showed you before, some of your earnings will all go back here into your wallet. Now, there's a few things that are really cool about this program. You can withdraw your funds anytime. So as soon as you get your funds in your back office, it uses a Coinbase merchant account. So the funds are given out daily, because I tried it. It took about 30 minutes to receive my funds, but one of my other guys, they pulled their money and it took them to the same, right about the same time I got mine, he got his. So it took a majority of the day. But ultimately, it's paid out by Coinbase. And if you guys want the information for the merchant, I signed up for one myself just to test it and see who it was. So you can pay out or cash out every day as much as you want. But you have to have a 0.05 minimum in there to cash it out, which obviously you would because the payout's more than that. Now, another cool thing is you see these e-pins right here, how I purchased some e-pins. Let me show you those. This is a really cool feature of the back office is as soon as you have a balance in your wallet in this back office, you can create what's called an e-pin. Now, the benefit of an e-pin is that it is instant. So if you make one of these, it's 0.21. It covers the whole fee without the processor fees or anything associated with like blockchain or Coinbase. And it's basically back office to back office. So they go active right away. You don't have to wait for the blockchain to process anything. So you make these e-pins, you send it to the person. They can send you the money later, however you want to work that deal out. But that's a really cool feature of that. Now, like I said, if you want to withdraw money right here, you can see that I tested it. There is a 1% service fee for withdrawing funds, nature of the business, and I withdrew 0.93, so you saw it there. And it took, like I said, they shot me an email as soon as I hit the withdraw button saying that it's being processed, and then when the funds came through, it went right to my blockchain account. If you look at the request withdrawal, it just shows you the same thing. The withdrawal processor was in Bitcoin because it can also be done in Ethereum, and then the wallet address that it was sent to. So that's pretty much it for the back office view. We covered the dashboard, the network. This is where you're going to see your direct referrals, pending referrals, and cycle level. Your pending referrals, once they pay, they go active, and then they go into your matrix itself. So here's kind of just a quick view. Like it's been 4 days. We're going to launch this to our full team now and get them to start rolling and rocking on this thing. So hopefully this helps. We're going to get back over. We'll go over a little bit of the summary, what we talked about, and ultimately, if you have any questions, make sure you leave comments below this video, and we'll get you any answers we can. So let's get over back to the summary. Okay, so you guys got to see the back office, kind of my personal opinion on the program. We talked about the cycle matrix, direct referrals will help you out the most, my personal pros and cons, and then you saw my back office, some of the cool features and benefits. Ultimately, if there's something I did not answer, make sure you please leave a comment below. We'll get back to you. And ultimately, if somebody sent you this link, more importantly, get back with them, use their link, sign up. It's free to sign up. See the back office, check it out. If you like it, cool. If not, hey, it's not for everybody. We understand that. So if you want to check it out and you haven't, and you just came across this video online, social media, go ahead and use my link below. It should be in the comment section down there. Use my link, sign in, see it for yourself. You don't have to pay anything to sign up. It's free. So check it out. If it's cool and you want to get in, great. Make sure you contact us. You know how to use it now. You've seen the back office. You know what it looks like. And we look forward to having you. So once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the inside.